Hello and welcome to my classroom. As you will see, my classroom is rather small. Students enter, put their backpacks in the backpack parking zone on the floor near the door, and have a seat. Um, this wall shows sinks, the door. This wall shows storage along the windows, the drawing center at the back, as well as computer center at the front of the room. I have a few laptops. The back wall has the majority of supplies, paints, altered books, all sorts of assorted projects. Um, my sink wall is where a lot of cleanup happens. I have supply cupboard, I have a tool bench, my paints, brushes, lots of bins overhead. This is a screenshot from Kelly Phillips' video. One of the things I want to add at the beginning of the school year for each class is a TAB philosophy brainstorm. Student SMART goal, planning sheets, brainstorming, handouts, anything to do with projects and assignments are stored in these drawers near my desk. So here is the Drawing Center. It's got student sketchbooks organized by grade, pencils, markers, artist book resources, and a lot of drawing books. Those drawing books are going to be better displayed in a rack that I've ordered, one of the improvements for the center, so that students can more readily see what their options are. The bins that are currently holding books will then hold student assessment sheets as well as folders. The posters definitely need some updating. And for that, I went, of course, to Pinterest for some great ideas. And there were some wonderful visuals from Teachers Pay Teachers, drawing centers, and I will be creating some that are specific to my expectations for drawing. Special materials, drawing materials can be accessed through permission. They live in other parts of the room. Paper storage is another area that I want to improve. These drawers will be repurposed to hold on the left colored construction paper. The drawers will have small color labels, and on the right, all sorts of different types of papers: watercolor, drawing, collage, painting, tempera. A poster similar to this, which was from Pinterest smart artist marome.wixsite.com, something like that will also be on display. Here you see brush supplies. There is a lot of painting that happens in my room. There are different bins for brushes assorted by size and media type, tubs to rinse out brushes between colors. Previously, I let students use a different brush for each color, not anymore. Also, the soaker tubs in the front are where students put brushes at the end of the day. I prefer to wash brushes myself. There is a sink there, obviously, and other assorted materials for use with paint. Art of Ed, of course, has so many amazing visual resources, and here's one example of their brush chart. This project actually came along at the perfect time because I spent last week organizing, reorganizing, labeling, and getting my room more user-friendly for student autonomy. I used to have paints in big bins, and they would just get completely disorganized and on their sides and caps left open and so forth. So I have recreated paint storage for the acrylic paints, which is the predominant paint that I use in my classroom. And so now when students put the paints away, they will be organized by color, as you can see. Palettes are the cardboard, another wonderful Kelly Phillips hint. So they will be using those, and they will be stored on CD racks to dry between classes. I'm also going to be adding a nifty paint visual, again, one found on Pinterest, and it is from uploaded by user.com is the source for that poster. The tool bench is a responsive mind to perfectly exemplify emergence in learning. I have students who love to work with tools, especially deconstructing small appliances and objects that I bring in. And so it just seemed natural that I really needed a proper tool bench. So in the drawers are saws and clamps and drills and all sorts of nails and brads and screws and nuts, and I let them use a cordless drill, hammers, saws, everything, and pliers. So those are all available now for student use. And then below are the general student bins, tape, colored pencils, scissors, glue sticks, staplers, all sorts of general purpose items that students are free to use at any time. So one of the things that blew my mind recently that Cassidy Rankin had said is that you don't have to have students working at centers because, as you can see, my room is small. That would never have worked. So students can come and get supplies, take them to their tables to work, no matter what it is that they are working in the centers you've already seen, and some more that are coming up. And that just really liberated me to feel like I could set up my room in a way that supports choice. Altered Books, which is the main project that eighth graders are doing for the entire first semester of eighth grade. They look very forward to it, the previous 2 years. There are other projects that are sandwiched in that semester, but they are mainly focused on Altered Books. It requires a ton of supplies, lots of categories of supplies, lots of things that I collect and bring in. So organization is key. And I really feel like I've got a handle on it this past week's getting their work area, which is, you can see the main supply shelves here, getting them organized and ready to go. The Altered Books were really my first foray into choice, and I didn't even know I was doing choice. It just happened naturally, organically, and so I have just taken the ball and ran with this one. And so here you can see various bins. This, I'm going to take a picture of this because this is what it's supposed to look like when it is tidied up, and I will be posting something like this for students. Here is a close-up of these bins that I found, which I am absolutely in love with. They're clear, they're small drawers, they can be picked up in, they are in groups of 3, and everything can be put back, and I can see that everything was put back and neatly. And one of my new cleanup management strategies is going to be that if it is not done perfectly, at the end of class, that the beginning of the following class that I have, the same students, we will spend 5 or maybe even 10 minutes cleaning before work begins. I don't, closing centers is not an option for me. I know that happens with other classrooms when cleanup isn't happening. But I think to have a consequence at the beginning of the next class is a good cleanup strategy. There's a bin of altered book resources, all sorts of really awesome mixed media, book art, kind of assemblage. Students need to start their altered books 2D so they can work on the pages and then go kind of more crazy wild 3D as the semester progresses. And they do seriously get very large. And here is a sample storage bin. The white bin would hold a bag of collected materials they might want to save from week to week. I have many more ideas for ways that I want to improve my room for choice and student independence. But I'm going to end now with my reflection station, which is made up of a clipboard with a reflection questions on the front, and then vocabulary is on a laminated sheet, which is attached to the clipboard so that students can be inspired to broaden their art vocabulary, not just using the elements and principles, but other terms as well. And so students are required to do these, 8th grade more. than the 6th and 7th grade, and they'll take these and they can work in the hallway where art is displayed, or respond to artwork that they have in the classroom, and then they would turn these in and keep their names on a checklist to confirm that they are doing the required amount. Anyway, so thank you very much, and look forward to our next assignment.